All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new season of the BSL. If you missed yesterday, then go back and watch the VODs. They're there. And I would say you probably will not expect the results. It was a pretty crazy day. And as a result of that day, I'm now back to casting with Nyokin. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Yeah, Group A not favorable for me, but they were good games. Terra and Gorinich making it out, and my sleeper for the whole tournament made it out. Gosu Dark. I'm actually like
Really?
really rooting for him. Yeah, last season so close to knocking out True Touch, who won the whole
Yeah.
thing. I play Gosu Dark on the ladder a lot. He's improved a lot over the last year, so I'm looking for him to go deep, maybe top 4.
Whoa. Whoa, a
Yeah,
top. This guy's like literally never made it to the round of 8. and
I'm going for him top 4,
okay.
just like Action in ASL. He was my
Hmm.
go-to to the finals. He made it to top 4. I'm really rooting for this guy, even though he's
All right.
Protoss.
I love the caveat there at the end. Well, anyway, it is a brand new season of BSL. We've got all of these sick new graphics. We've got a ton of amazing groups, and our format is a little bit different too. We're doing 5 best of ones for each group, which means 10 games of StarCraft today, which for me is quite a bit of StarCraft because it's been a while since BSL has been out there. So hope you guys are ready for a lot of amazing StarCraft. If you want to keep up with all the StarCraft for BSL, you can follow them on Twitter at Bombastic Star, on Facebook at Bombastic Star League, on Patreon at patreon.com/bombastic, and of course the YouTube VODs are available immediately after every broadcast on Zero's YouTube. It's ZZZero, but just click the link in chat. And if you're interested in brackets, you can !brackets in chat too to find out more about which groups are being played. We are playing groups C and D tonight, which includes former BSL champion Eon Zerg and a host of other amazing players. So I'm super excited for today.
Yeah, these lineups are really stacked. We've got Eon Zerg, we've got a bunch of Terrans, SPX, Cryok, Casper, we've got the lone Protoss in the mix, Dion Max, and we've got a random, which you never see, in Eriador. And we're going to be looking to see how far he can go. Yeah, it's really stacked. I like these groups a lot. I feel like they're pretty balanced. Is there anybody that you're seeing like of course Eon Zerg is going to be the favorite for his group, but who do you
For
like
sure.
as the second player to get out of this group?
So for Group C, obviously you expect Eon Zerg to make it out. He's trained in Korea. He's total badass. You can never predict Eriador. Like this is like one of the OGs. I think has Eriador been playing longer than you, Nyokin?
You know, it's funny because Eriador apparently was like Artosis's coach, is what I've read.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like
from
we're
way back
going
in the day.
back to like the dinosaur age. So like he's really old. I mean, I'm old school. I got Brood War in like October '98. He may go
Ooh.
farther back than I go.
Well, so that's what I was getting at. Like, I think Eriador has a definite chance to upset here. I think Cryok, just because he performed pretty well at the 20th anniversary LAN, which is kind of my last benchmark for a lot of international foreign players. I always say CaStrO probably the underdog as the Peruvian player. It's weird. Yesterday we had a group with like 3 South American players and favorite, and now we have a group with 3 European players and CaStrO. So I'd say he's maybe the underdog. I'd say probably Cryok and Eon Zerg to advance out, and then Eriador as the dark horse or the wild card. And from Group D, I think SPX has always performed pretty well. He's a really solid Russian Terran. And then I have no idea for the second player in the group. Like maybe Avilov or Casper, but I just don't know. And then again, we have our random Peruvian player in the group in DN Max. So I do not know what to expect from him. So truly anything could happen, Nyokin.
Yeah, I like those predictions. I like SPX and I like DN Max. DN Max, when I play him on the ladder, there are games he's like, I'm like, how do you beat this guy? And then there's other games where he kind of falls apart. So he's kind of hit or miss. So hopefully he's on his game today. He's going to need to be because, like I said, the groups are pretty stacked. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready if we're ready.
I'm ready if you are ready. And
Oh,
so
I'm
it looks
always
like
ready.
That's right. We are both ready. Also, just want to give a big shout out to Zero, who is behind the scenes running all of the magic and the wizardry. So basically, everything that you see is a product of his genius. Our first map is going to be Power Bond, and I hadn't cast a whole lot of games on Power Bond. I saw it in Corrupted Cup, obviously, but hadn't really gotten a chance to cast it. So it's performing super well. I actually think there's a lot of potential. And I'm not just saying that because I want a player to infest the command center in the middle, although that is high on my list of reasons I like this map. So yeah, it's been good. So let's get into our first game of the night. It's going to be CaStrO versus Eriador on Power Bond. We also have a sick new opening for in between the games, so enjoy. Okay, welcome everyone to day 2 of a brand new BSL Season 7. We are going to get into our first game of Group C, and that features our purple Zerg player in the upper left-hand corner, playing from Seoul. It's CaStrO.
And in the top right, we've got the only random in the tournament. It is Eriador. And you were mentioning that you have not seen a lot of games on Power Bond. Well, it's a new ladder map. I like it a lot. It kind of reminds me of Rush Hour, kind of mixed in with Circuit Breaker, because Circuit Breaker has so many bases. You have the exposed third base, but it's got it's a 3-player map. It's really interesting how you can split the map, and because there's so many bases, there's 15 available bases, so you can have a really long, super epic macro game. Also, drops are super strong on here, so it's a very dangerous map.
Yeah, I like the comparison to Circuit Breaker. It's like 3-player Circuit Breaker if you squished everything together. If you just put your hands on the edge of Circuit Breaker and squeezed a little bit. But it also kind of has that Sylphid feel where you've got your inner mineral only bases, but Sylphid actually has real bases there. And so if you want to take the double quotes real bases in the middle, those things are pretty open. They've got this 2 or 3 wide ramps around it, so it can get really difficult. And I like it as opposed to Circuit Breaker because you can't just split it in half, right? You've got to make some concessions or have a slight advantage, and that keeps it from just being these giant tank line battles, which I'm sure everybody is super excited to see. I don't know, I really like those, but this is going to be a PVZ, and if I recall correctly, Eriador, his Zerg really impressed me, but I'm not sure what to expect from his random because, there's not that random cliche where they just cheese every game.
Yeah, this game he's going to pull out a Bonneth going Gateway first, and luckily for CaStrO, he was able to see the probe come out, so he knows that Eriador's Protoss from the get-go pretty much. He opened with, pretty sure it was an overpool, which is pretty much a perfect response. And yeah, Eriador's got to get some damage done, because if he doesn't, I'm going to be already worried for him, since he's playing random, which means he's going to be playing all the matchups. It's not like he's going to be super... Of course he's familiar with Protoss vs Zerg, but not familiar with Zerg vs Protoss like CaStrO is. And CaStrO is a guy, when he gets a lead, this guy is drone and hatchery, man. He will take bases all over the place, and it's going to get ugly real fast for Eriador if he can't do anything.
Oh, it is going to get very ugly. As this probe is scouting out, this is the 5th set of Lings, 10 Lings out on the map. This is just quite a few. And one Zealot getting caught out on the map. No, that's terrible. Losing a Zealot this early means there's basically no pressure on these Lings, and he's going to get the second one as it pops out. Can he surround it? He needs to get the Zealot. He's going to try to run the Zealot around and keep it from taking too much damage here, but this is already completely tragic. He's had to wall off with that photon cannon in the back, and he will have that one Zealot for the wall, but already a lot of damage done picking off that first Zealot, and maybe another one.
Yeah, so much damage being done. Third Zealot's going to pop out, and it's second Zealot goes down, and we're in real trouble because CaStro's continued to make Lings. He's still making Lings. Now, if Eriador can hold, he'll be in an okay position, but look how delayed his Nexus is. CaStrO behind this, he needs to start putting down hatcheries or something. He's kind of floating a lot of minerals, and there he goes, bottom right. He's going to expand there, but this gateway, okay, cannon's going to come up.
Yeah, he's gonna go.
Gateway's gonna go down.
Yeah, he is gonna get the gateway, so he won't be able to run by, but he does open up the front door. Now, obviously, you can rebuild the gateway, but you can't build anything out of Midnight Oaken, so this is going to be it. He's got 2 Zealots, 1 Cannon, and a Dream to hold on.
Yeah, and CaStrO unknowingly gets off a key pickoff onto the gateway because there was no gas. Well, there's no cybernetics. Eriador could have been powering behind this, and if we look at CaStrO, he has no gas, so he unknowingly is getting away with going for the delayed gas. If Corsair had gotten out, in the next couple of minutes, it could have done potentially a lot of damage. So really good pickoff. And Eriador, you may feel like that this is already an unsavable game because look at this. 3 gates in the main. We're going up to 4 gate.
Wow. This is, I like the response because maybe he feels like he's already been thrown off a little bit too much and it's time. I actually really wish this Overlord at the front was maybe over the high ground at the natural expansion because you need to know if your opponent has a Nexus or not.
Yeah, he needs to know exactly what's going on. He doesn't need, like you said, he doesn't know if there's a Nexus here. I don't think he even went in to check for tech at all. He's kind of just assuming that this is standard, and we see that this is not standard. Now, from Eriador's perspective, I remember Shuttle making a comment where if there's an Overlord sitting right outside your entrance, you're getting Hydra busted. Now, we don't see a Hydra bust coming. Oh, there it is. There's the Hydra den. So Eriador's got to be a little worried that a Hydra bust is coming because he would potentially just have Mass Zealot with no speed versus Mass Hydras.
Yeah, and obviously, if you have slow Zealots, like Hydras are just probably not that afraid of them, especially if you go speed first instead of range first, which is by far the most common way to play it. Every once in a while, I'll see some of these weird guys go range first, and I'm just like, wow. And that's how you get, like, everything sniped at the front door, and you're just like, I didn't think Hydras could do that, because usually you get speed. Yeah, slow versus fast, that's not a great matchup for the Zealot bros. But, I mean, the gateway's back up. The Zealot count is starting to get up there. We're about to have, I think, 5, 6. Yeah, we're going to have a pretty high Zealot count. And that might surprise CaStrO, because I don't think he expects the 4 gate.
Yeah, you never expect that. I don't think I've ever seen this, really. But this is going to be all in for Eriador. Well, maybe not. Look at the Citadel. It's already about halfway done. If we check +1, it's about halfway done. I'm pretty sure speed is about a 50-second upgrade. So this may actually line up perfectly. He's going to have something like 20 Zealots. And again, CaStrO, he does power really hard. If he makes 1 extra cycle of drones, there is a real chance that Eriador might bust through. But I see at the natural, he is starting to pump Hydras, and that's exactly what he needs.
Yeah, you said 20 Zealots, and I thought you were, like, speaking hyperbolically, but no, he will actually have, like, 2 control groups of Zealots here. It's crazy. So if you can hit with speed, if you can hold on until that upgrade finishes, then you bust out, you kill off all the Hydras, and then maybe you go across the map and deal critical damage. Especially if you want to maybe try hitting the 3rd, because there's 2 whole hatcheries there. There's a lot of value if you can get out on the map, but unfortunately, he does not have that speed left, and so all of these Zealots out on the map are a little bit of a liability, especially if they get surrounded. 1 goes down. Is he gonna lose any more? Looks like not yet. Okay, yes, he will lose probably all of this, right?
He's going to lose all 4 Zealots, which you would assume is, he's not going to lose them. And really, that kind of did buy him time because speed is so close. We're at 80%. Oh, no, what are we doing, Zealots? Don't move out now.
Wait, no, yeah, this is exactly when you don't want to move out. The Hydras are here, but they don't have speed. This is such an anti-timing for Eriador as CaStrO is just able to kind of kite. Well, as I say that, he's not kiting at all. He's actually just letting the Zealots walk right up on these Hydras. Wait, what? Oh, this is a little bit tragic here, but the Zealots still do not have that upgrade. It's seconds away from finishing, but they're still dealing massive damage to these Hydras.
Yeah, now speed kicks in, and now the Zealots are on top of the Hydras, but we lost half the Zealots, and we still have a lot back at the natural, but Eriador needs to reinforce. Again, this is an all-in from him. He's even going up into more gates, started his Templar Archive. He's not even mining gas at his natural, and gas is so crucial for Protoss. He has to get damage done. I just don't know if he can do it, but bottom right, no Sunkens, so this is an exposed base.
I mean, 4 or 5 Zealots coming out at a time, that's just a lot. So each wave is going to really increase the power of the Zealot army. Now that they have speed, this is going to be it. Here we go. We've got a huge concave of Hydras. The Zealots do get on top of them, but look, so many dying so quickly. The Hydra count is gigantic, and I don't think there's enough Zealots here to hold on.
Yeah, we just bled off a little bit too many Zealots before speed kicked in, and now CaStrO has an overwhelming amount of Hydras, and with one cannon, you just can't stop this.
Ooh, so it looks like CaStrO is going to come out with an early lead here. There are maybe 5, 6, 7 Zealots out there, but that's just not going to be enough. The Hydras mow them down, and there's only one cannon behind that. So one cannon versus tons of Hydras. I think you guys can predict how that is going to go.
Well, you can never count out the DT. Okay, never mind. No DT to save the day.
Nope, that is it. So I guess that answers our question that you were asking me earlier. You in your games yesterday dropped the first game, and I was really pulling for you to come back. So there's still that chance that Eriador can make it in the losers match, but I don't know if. I don't know what the idea was there, because I've never seen somebody build Nexus and all the gateways. Usually you try to hide the fact that you're not building Nexus, and then you get a bunch of Zealots out a lot faster with speed and stuff. But he also moved out a little bit quickly, or before I thought he was ready yet. That was a really strange game. I'm not used to seeing that.
Yeah, I really do think it came down to that gateway snipe. It delayed the tech. If we had speed even 10 seconds faster when those Zealots moved out, for sure those Hydras would have gotten clobbered. So unfortunately, Eriador is going to get knocked out, or get knocked down to the losers, and CaStrO is going to move on, and we're going to have to see who he's going to go up against.